you'll hear people, they'll start a fitness program or a nutrition program, and a week or two into it, or a month into it, or I don't know, several months into it, a lot of times they're just like, I'm just done with this. I'm over it, and I'm quitting, or I'm moving on to the next best thing, or whatever.
And not necessarily like consciously like I'm quitting, but like they just kind of maybe fall off of it or something like that.
Well, yeah, like sometimes even something will trigger that. Like they'll have a birthday party or a wedding or something like that, and they'll eat bad, and then they're like, oh, forget it. I had that wedding, and maybe, like you said, not consciously think, oh, I had this wedding, so I'm off plan, so I'm just going to continue off plan. It kind of reminds me of like if you're driving along and you get a flat tire, and it would be the same as if you got out and you saw that flat tire and you're like, you know what, forget this. Bam, bam, bam. Just shoot out the other 3 tires, because you might as well, because you got a flat tire, you might as well just make it good and really destroy the whole trip.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, because I see people do that too, where they have one bad experience where they eat a pizza or something like that, and they were like, oh, right, there's nothing else.
Because I never eat pizza or go off track at all, ever, right? And you don't either, right?
No, but the difference is that you don't let the one thing that you did turn into 2 things, turn into 3 things, turn into 4 things. But everybody does that. It's like stubbing your toe and then just going and kicking something else and stubbing your other toe on your other foot because, well, this toe got stubbed, so I might as well do this one too. Like that doesn't make any sense. So if you ate a pizza and you feel bad, why would the next day you say, well, I already ate bad this week, so I'll just start on Monday again. I'm just going to eat ice cream and do whatever for the rest of the week. So I had this guy that I used to work with when I was a lot younger, and he was working at this lawnmower shop, and he was going to college at the same time to get this degree. And he was always in his first year of college. And I asked him, why do you never move on to your second year of college? And what I found out was that he would get into certain classes that were really hard for him, and he would, if he got less than an A- on the first test, he would drop the class. He wanted an A in everything all the way through, or he would just drop it. So he would bring himself back to the beginning of that class every single time until he would be able to get an A. And if that sometimes people do that kind of stuff with these programs, right? Where they like start a diet, and as soon as they don't get an A on a test, they drop the class.
Absolutely. And another illustration of that would be when I was a kid, I had a pair of rollerblades. Maybe I'm dating myself a little bit there.
Were they rollerblades or were they inline skates? Because rollerblades is a brand.
Oh, okay. They were probably just inline skates.
Okay,
they probably weren't
right.
rollerblades, right? But I remember not wanting to get them dirty. And I remember keeping them in the box. And I would just not want to get them. I would even actually go to the skating rink, and I would rent skates there instead of using my rollerblades because I didn't want anything to happen to them. And then one day I was like, oh yeah, I want to use these rollerblades. And I take them out of the closet, and they were too small. I had actually outgrown them. Yeah. And I never could use them, and they were great rollerblades, but
you just gotta go. You just gotta go do it, right?
You absolutely do. Yeah.
You get a B on the test, you get a C on the test, you fail the test, you've got the rest of the semester. Just keep going.
Exactly. Right. And those things sound silly, but that's what we do with our nutrition a lot of times. And it's so easy that once one thing happens, one slip up or something, and what you have to realize is it doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to be like I made one mistake, even for the rest of the day. Like you started off the day and you went to this amazing restaurant and had this great, amazing breakfast. And so you're like, you know what? I'm gonna eat whatever I want for the rest of the day.
Right. When you didn't plan on that, it's just like you planned on the one meal, and then you're like, you know what? I might as well just do it for the rest of the day.
Right.
It doesn't make sense, right? Because that's not what you planned on. I say, if you're gonna cheat, plan on cheating and then get right back on it. Don't cheat and then go, well, I cheated, so
make it a conscious decision.
Exactly.
Yeah.